Hello, I'm Elizabeth and this is the tiny house that I built. Let me show you around. So this is the steps up and the porch, and this tree was just a dead tree that was lying on the ground when I built the house, and I thought it would make the perfect post for the porch. These are just gourds, which is a vegetable, a dried vegetable, and then you can carve into them because they've kind of become like wood. So I made the lampshades from vegetables. And this piece of metal I found by the bins, so it really was like just a mixture of everything that I found. The front door I made from scratch because I really wanted to have a stable style door. So you can open the top part and keep the bottom closed, or you can open the whole thing. The stained glass window was given to me by the man who gave me the old Mercedes van base, and he said, you know, try and incorporate this in your house. So I put it in the front door.
It's warm here in the mountains, it always seems that way, and I've been thinking about you almost every day. Thinking about the good times, thinking about the rain, thinking about how strange it feels alone again.
This is the kitchen area. So I wanted to have a really big window to make sure it was light here. And these window arms are actually from all the way from England, because you can't get them anywhere in Spain. So I brought those in my suitcase when I went back to England. But everything else is pretty much repurposed or recycled, or the window I found by the bins. This unit with these two drawers was a desk, an old desk. And then I built the rest of it to fit that, really. These doors were from another cabinet. So I just sort of put it all together. The sink was a lady in a flat near the sea had this sink, and she wanted to have a more modern one. So she said, if you can take this out for me and fit my new one, you can have the old one. So so she gave me this sink. Here I set the tiles into the wood, so it was kind of like a chopping board within the top, so you didn't have to put extra things out, and always trying to maximize the space. So a cupboard here with like food type things in, and then the mini fridge. That's like an exciting commodity. It's probably the most modern thing in here, but it works perfectly. This is my cooker, and this was €20 from another flea market. But again, it's probably the best cooker I've ever owned. So it works with gas, and the gas bottles are stored in the back of the house. Again, another piece of driftwood that I found, which I thought was a nice shape, because I really didn't want the house to look too square and too much like a box, so I tried to have curves as much as possible. And this is the olive oil that I make from the olive trees outside the window. So this is the colour, it's amazing. So it's organic, cold pressed olive oil that I make from the farm. So this is sort of like the dining area. Again, this curved piece of wood I found by a skip. People were just getting rid of it, and the piece that I cut off from there is actually the shelf up there. So again, used all of it. The table leg is another tree, basically another piece of wood from a tree. And then underneath here is like a little bench seat, and of course opens up for storage.
Sorry for the way things are around us. I'm sorry things ain't what they used to be. More than anything else.
These doors, like the bathroom door, and then there's a door over there as well, with this twisty metal in. I got these for €10 each from like a salvage junkyard, and just sanded them, and I put a mirror behind the iron in this one so that there'd be a mirror in the house. So yes, behind here is the bathroom. So you've got the essential toilet paper on the back of the door. And then so when I first built the house, I had a totally composting toilet, but now I put in a normal toilet pan, but then it doesn't have a flush. So I built a natural soak outside. So when you use the hose from the shower to flush, and then it goes into a natural soak in the ground. Just past the toilet, you've got a full-size shower in here. This is also where the flush for the toilet comes from. And it's got a nice big shower head. And again, the shower rail is just a piece of tree. And the walls are made from aluminium roofing that was left over from the roof. So it's nice and waterproof, but it's also lightweight because I wasn't sure what to do in here. I didn't know, because tiles were going to be really heavy and wood wouldn't have been very practical. So yeah, I used the aluminium roofing that was left over.
And where did you find those very nice tiles?
The tiny tiles. Yeah, I found these tiny Andalusian tiles again in like another second-hand sort of junk shop, and they finished off the top of that nicely. So this is just some extra storage that I put in really as a bit of an afterthought, but it can act as, if you're sitting on the sofa, you can have you can use it like this, or I used to have my laptop on there so that I could watch things on there. And then inside, I used it as like a laundry basket for dirty washing. I built this mezzanine level. Actually, all the wood, not this wood, but the wood under here is all repurposed pallets. So that was a big job, like prizing the pallet wood off the pallets, but it looks really nice, I think, so it was worth it. And then it was just strengthened with these really strong shelf brackets. But also the mezzanine goes right into the structure of the house, so it really adds a lot of strength to this end of the house, and the bathroom adds the strength to that end, so kind of works both ways. I used like the curly wrought iron. Again, that was another piece that I think that came from a friend who had it left over from a railing they were making. So yeah, I tried to tie in like the details of that with the curly shelf brackets, and then the doors with the wrought iron as well. And then the stairs are pretty narrow to keep as much space as possible in the main house. But I actually, when I was making these, I laid out the stud wood on the floor and tried to lay down on the floor and imagine if I could actually fit up them. And I can. So it's all good. So yeah, we go up here into the bedroom. This is the mezzanine bedroom. So it's got a nice double bed and a little shelving unit over there. Again, the light was another lamp that I found in the market. And this thing that I use as like a headboard was a €1 scarf, like a shawl. So I use that as like a headboard. The roof is probably my favourite part of the whole build. I really wanted it to feel light and airy and to have light coming in and not to feel like a sort of box at the top. So even though it was really difficult, I made the whole of the roof section on the ground, and then had to hire a crane to put it on the top. So this curved bit is metal, and these joints are all metal. And again, I used shelf brackets, twisted shelf brackets all the way along to attach it. And then these windows, so I made the wooden frame all the way down and then bought glass the size and then fitted the glass in myself by using beading, just pinning the beading in on both sides. And then there's 4 windows that open. I think I can show you. So these open up, so there's 2 on each side, and
they have mosquito net.
And they have, yeah, a mosquito net, though we don't really get any mosquitoes here. But
we got yesterday in Marie.
Oh, did you? Yeah, it's not so much in the, because there's no like big water here. But you
So
do get flies and things, yeah. And it's actually based on an old railway carriage. It's called a Mollycroft roof, and the idea is that when it's really hot, the heat rises up from the ground and up out the top, and that's how they built the old railway carriages, to make sure they didn't get too hot. And it really does work. It's amazing. Like if the windows are shut and you come in here in the summer, it's like really hot, and then as soon as you open them up, you can almost feel the air going past you and out. So it really works, and it's lovely because you can lie in bed and watch the stars, or you know, I can see the top of the olive trees from here, just blowing in the wind. So it kind of makes you feel really close to nature, which is always good. So up here, so in here is the bathroom, which didn't need to be, you know, right the full height. So again, I've got a sort of mizzy. So I've got a mini mezzanine level up there. So the wrought iron grid folds down, and then you can use that area for storage. When I was building the mezzanine area, I just used myself as a measurement because I built this house to live in. I thought this would be my house forever, or for a long, long time. So I basically just made everything a good height for me. So as I walk underneath here, I just wanted to make sure that I could walk standing up straight. So unless you're like 6'2", it's pretty good.
It's warm here in the mountains, it always seems that way. And I've been thinking about you almost every day. Thinking about the good times, thinking about the rain, thinking about how strange it feels alone again. I'm sorry for the way things are.